'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a Bitcoin. You think the mice now have Bitcoin? You think Santa is bringing Bitcoins? Imagine, this is what I want to hear. I want to hear my daughter, John, say this to me. Hey, baby, what do you want for Christmas? She goes, Daddy, I've done a lot of thinking the last few days, and I really don't want Lego. I really don't want, Play-Doh. I really want Santa to bring me Ethereum.
Bird.
Right? I really want Daddy, could they bring me a Bitcoin, please?
Daddy, actually, I want Monero so no one can see me giving my toys to my friends.
It's fucking nuts. Do you know, because you told me to buy it. You begged. I remember I walked in, I was tired.
I said, just buy one. I said, just buy one. Come on, you can. And at that point, it was like 5,500.
Well, I know, but do you remember the whole thing? You were burnt out from coaching for a whole week. I was flying in to do coaching. We weren't really that chatty, right? It's like the whole thing. And then you're like telling me about it. And you know me, man, when I when I don't know something, I'm just like, that stuff's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy stuff, right? And then, a guy that we both know who's researched the hell out of it, who's made a lot of money. And you're like, but he's really smart. I go, and then I always go, he is really smart. But then I get into like stupid mode, right? Where it's like dumb. So I'm finally, like right now, as we recorded this, I've been staring at the charts over and over again, right? Because all this it's the wild fucking West.
Yeah, it's the wild. It's like a new world's being born. Like the way I look at it is there's this whole world being born. It's like Earth is being born, and there's volcanoes and lava shooting off, and islands being formed, and islands being blown up, and you just don't know is the world going to make it? Is this world going to come to existence, or is it going to just end? Will life ever exist on this world? That's the way I kind of look at it, and it's like it's kind of a fun risk,
It is fun. I'm going to jump in because I'm going to.
Fun when you're up, I'll tell you that.
I'm going to jump in because I cashed out another investment, so I'm going to kind of roll it all into that because it's really kind of play money that I totally forgot that I had anyway. So, but I'm just kind of, me, man. It's like I'm so conservative. I'm just kind of waiting, and look. I mean, when something goes down 8,000 in 1 week, you really can't watch it.
But let me tell you this though. I'm not going to tell you what I have or don't have, but I'll say this: 3 years ago, I got some at 300. By accident. I'm not a technical guy. I actually lost most of them, but I had a few of them.
I remember, and I remember when you got paid on that. I was like, God, you got paid for coaching, and you got paid with this fake currency?
My friend begged me. He said, I beg you to put all your money into it. And I just said, all right, listen, I got to get this guy to shut up. This guy has Bitcoin. You can pay me that. It wasn't even the full coaching fee. It was like half the coaching fee. And I just took him and I said, okay, now I got him. But of course, the company, the wallet he put it in, went out of business. And then I kept asking the guy to help me get him back because I literally don't even know how to use my iPhone. And then, of course, anyway, I was somehow, through the grace of God, I found a few of them, so at least there's that. But even then, so that's way up. So even though, in 3 years, do you know any other investment that's up that many times from 300 to whatever it is today, every 5 minutes today?
Whatever 5 minutes. One day it's 1 minute it's 20,000, the next minute it's 11,000. I've never seen anything and I watch it, John. And I remember the .com days when things went up and down $400. This motherfucker, this train goes down $4,000 in like 3 hours.
Yeah, well, this is different than, listen, I'm not an investor. Never have been, never knew anything about money. I got my little bit of the Vanguard. I got some of this, but I've been getting into it. And I would say I've been going crypto crazy. I'm literally, it's not just Bitcoin, David. And it's not just, the thing about the .com bubble, it was an American problem. This is a worldwide thing. And there is actual reasons that, we live in America, and even in our country, it's got, the government's going crazy and it seems unstable. But imagine living in Argentina or the Ukraine or many other countries or in Brazil where, they have a dollar, their currency is called the real, basically, because the other one imploded and became a fake currency. So a lot of these, their currencies just blow up all the time. So people are used to having a lot of money and then all of a sudden having nothing. So they try to store their value in the US dollar. Now there's another way to store value, and that's in the Bitcoin. And I personally think, but I don't know any more than anybody else knows. So it's certainly not advice. And I certainly was richer yesterday than I am today. A lot richer yesterday than I am today. So so I'll say, but I would think this. From what just from talking to people, and this, I'm just talking to all kinds of people. I'm getting that. Uh, there's a lot of people in the world who want to put their money into this because they'll feel safer with it in this than they do in their own currency.
I agree, and I wish this was all explained to me years ago because
Yeah,
we know somebody who had no money, literally saved every dollar, put all
yeah,
his money into
put
it,
all of it.
right? All of it. Now he's sitting on 1 million. He's the nicest guy in the whole wide world, and I'm
Yeah,
really happy for.
who knows how many
I'm
millions he's sitting on?
I'm
I don't
really
even.
happy for anybody that did it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not. Me. It's like, yeah. I mean, there's many investments. I mean, I've got a string of investments I've never done. Right? That
yeah,
probably I should be retired. You should be retired because if I actually did these investments, I would have gone to you when we first became friends and go, "Hey, man, look what I did. I bought a house and they were giving them away. Remember? I mean, do you remember like in 2005, your
yeah.
dog could have bought
I
an
didn't even have any money.
apartment in New York City, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I was walking a dog in 2005 for $10 an hour. So
I know, but you could have
I
said
didn't have any money to put in your investment.
I
Yes.
know, but they were giving money away. I mean, that's why all the banks failed. I mean, literally, you could walk into a bank and literally tell them you were making $200,000 a year, and they would believe you because they did no income verification. As long as you had a FICO score above 650 and you had a pulse, they would give you money for a house. So
Wow.
there's always, and that's the most amazing thing about investments. There's always a money game, and I think
Yeah.
training our brains and our minds to look for it, right? Because we've never looked for it. And I think that's like the biggest thing that I know that I want to start doing is I want to look for the next thing because there's always the next thing. If you
Well,
look
hold on. Well,
at
let's look at this. I mean, this thing's still going on. I mean, just because it's a bad day doesn't mean it's over. I mean, now I want to tell you just to give you what because look, I like I think my point of view is good because I'm just a regular guy who's got great instincts. But what's that mean in this? I'm a regular guy who's living in New York City around a lot of very smart people, the smartest maybe, right?
right.
And who know about money, know about technology, know about these sorts of things. And I'll tell you, anytime I ask anyone who's ever worked as an investment banker or a trader, uh, for many months, all they said is it's a bubble, take your winnings, you're lucky, get out, right? Over and over. But then I ask anybody who understands tech, somebody who works for Google, someone who's in this world, they say they don't understand it. They don't understand it. And then they even said a lot of those guys are just brutes. They're not even that smart. But then I talked to someone who's in that, and they said, "No, but we know markets. We know money markets, and this is a bubble, right?" And then someone says, "Yeah, it's a bubble, but maybe it's got a couple years before it pops, right?"
Well, the real estate, look at the real estate.
When you start learning about these things, some of these things, so there's Bitcoin, and then there's Ethereum, and then there's Monero, and then there's this other one called Verge.
What's
And
wait, what's Monero? Is Monero an Italian coin? Monero.
yeah, it sounds like it, but basically, there's all these things, and there's one called Ripple, and they actually, a lot of them actually have a function that serves that will, and this blockchain technology that it's all based on is about decentralization. So you don't need the government, you don't need a bank, I don't need anything to have an exchange between you and me. I don't need anyone to hold my money for me. I can hold it myself. So on one hand, it's very libertarian. It's very anarchy in that way. It is very also empowering that you could have your entire life savings in a little hard drive the size of your pinky, you know, and walk onto an airplane with it and fly across the world with it, or you could actually do that. So I mean, to me, it's definitely the future. There's no doubt about it. There'll be a war of the old and the new. But what that means as far as how much something will be worth or not, I don't know. But to me, this blockchain technology is the next evolution that will and does solve a lot of problems in many things. But like Monero, Verge, the Zcash, there are all these things called a privacy coin, and that means that. And there's a function for that besides laundering money, which is what some people do with it. It means no one can see it, but also you can send information like your doctor to you, or the U.S. government wants to send information. So there's all kinds of things and purposes for all these technologies. So a lot of these technologies are real, and some of them are fake, but a lot of them are real and have a value. So as far as what's the next thing, learning about all these cryptocurrencies, what they are, that's what I think. Now, I have a guy who I met, and I can't say his name, but he's apparently the number one trader of Bitcoin in the world. And he says, I don't know anything about it going up or down. I make money on the trades. He wins 60% of the time. So he
So
makes
what he's doing,
money.
he's day trading this stuff.
Yeah, and he wins 60% of the time, and he's very rich now.
He's day trading. He's buying. He's reading the charts, buying when it's low, getting in, and then riding it up, selling it, and then rebuying it again when it goes low. He's
got a system.
He's day trading it. Do you? Yeah. I'd love to meet this guy. Have you sat down and really talked at length?
Yeah, I talk to him frequently, so I'm learning from him. And he said to me, like, I could say to him, John, I say to him this morning, is this a bubble? I don't know. And he said to me, gave me great advice. You can ask 10 people. 5 people will tell you this, and 5 people will tell you that. On any given day, they're both right. But nobody knows. I don't know. Nobody knows. And anyone who tells you they know, they're lying. They don't know. Yep. So I got a guy, one more thing. I got a guy go down to my matcha bar every day. I got this matcha place, Zen Chai here in the Lower East Side. Cool guy owns it. Used to be a trader, young guy. And he's been telling me for weeks, it's a bubble, sell it, sell it, sell it. And then he told me yesterday it was 15.5. He said, sell it. He goes, tomorrow it's going to be 12. Today it's 12. He looks like a fucking genius. And I said, oh, you're right. He goes, I usually am. But on the other hand, of course he's right today. I was right when it was 19. So, so maybe he is right. Maybe he's not. I think there's just...
you know what I like? I like the approach. I'd love to, when I come to New York, talk to the guy who's trading it, because that's where the money is made.
Yeah.
Because you have swings of $4,000 or $5,000 in a day.
Yeah.
So if you know how to
multi-millionaire.
Right. If you know how to read a chart, which is not hard to learn, you're basically buying the swings, and that's all he's doing. He's day trading this shit. He's buying the swings. He's in, he's out. He's in, he's out. He's in, he's out. And that's what these currency traders are doing. These currency traders are going in and out all day long. I mean, there are times when this shit is at 11,000 after being 17, and it literally moves up to 13. Now, the person who goes long, they're like, oh my God, I own it at 18. The person who's in and out 17 times a day, they don't give a fuck, man. There's nothing out there right now. If you look at the regular stock market, if a stock has a $1.50 swing in a day, you're buying lots of shares to go make a little bit of money in whatever the swing is, right? This motherfucker has $1,000 swings in a day. I mean, it's nuts.
19 last week.
Oh,
well, I can tell you this, though. As crazy as it is, right? As crazy, like you're saying, like right now it's $13,130 for a Bitcoin. I can tell you this, on Thanksgiving Day, it was 8,000 and it was up from like 6 a week before. And I kept telling my dad, hey, this is it. I don't know what it's going to do. Like, same advice. I don't know. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm like, but if you got $8,000 and you feel like gambling I think this technology is the future. I don't know what this is. But then, it went all the way up to 19 and now it's down at 13, but it's still up. Right now in the second $5,000 since last month. Do you know anything else that's up that much?
No. And even like Litecoin and Ethereum, I mean, they've got swings too, where they have a range. It's like, I mean, that's all technical stuff, and I can see how the technical guy is. So yeah, I'd love to talk to the guy when I come to New York, man. So what are you you're going to your dad's, your Christmas Eve?
I'm going to go to Dad's for Christmas here. So Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, maybe the day after. And then I think I'm going to go, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for a week after that, but I'm not going to come back to New York. I'm going to go somewhere sunny. Maybe I'll come out to see you. Maybe I'll go to Miami or, Brazil or something if there's a cheap ticket.
Nice. And for all of you, who are listening right now, there are some guys, and this is going to make John, I'm going to leave one thing, okay? For Christmas, those of you that leave your comments on YouTube going, oh, this reality sucks and other things.
Yeah.
My gift, or if I had a line to Santa, I'd have Santa give you a life, because there's so many better things to do than to be a little man on YouTube making nasty comments, because I don't give a fuck if you like me or not.
That's you motherfucker. How's that?
Right, John?
Right?
It's like so funny. It's like I
Send a
always
picture of yourself. We'll meet you on the street. That's how I roll. You know?
well, no, the thing is, these people would never, ever
Of
have the
course, they're
guts
cowards.
to say this in
Cowards.
person. They're cowards. It's so funny to read comments,
Punk
and
asses.
it is.
Yeah.
It's like the cowardly way of doing things, and that's what the world has become, a virtual world. So you can virtually make money sitting around with a Bitcoin, or you can be a bit asshole and literally go and write your stupid comments down.
Right? A bit, man. Go back into your mangina cave, you little pussy.
I know, it's so funny.
No, we can't curse on this. Can we curse on this? No.
We've always cursed this. Anyway, John
Nothing
Keegan.
like. I think it's important that we bring back this sort of alpha male talk. You know.
I think it's really important. John Keegan.
Shut up. Sit down.
All right, man. That's it. Goodbye.
Right.
Reality check. Merry Christmas Eve. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even your Bitcoin mouse.
All right. Peace. Later.